Hello, viewers. Welcome back to the Moose Mobile Auto Repair channel. And today I have a 2010 Toyota Camry, and it has the 2.5 liter 2AR-FE engine. And here in this clip, I'm just setting up the vehicle on jacks and jack stands. This video is intended for people who are just learning to change their own oil, and it's also intended for demonstration and entertainment purposes, nothing more and nothing less. So before you start to drain the oil, I pull the dipstick about halfway out, and I open the oil cap so that the air can go through as you are draining the oil. Otherwise, the oil won't drain very well. So make sure you take either remove the dipstick all the way or partially, so that the airflow can go through, so you're able to drain the oil. So over here we have the oil filter housing. I'm removing it with a special oil filter cap wrench. I'm using a half drive extension with a half drive ratchet. And so now I'm just removing the oil filter housing. I'm loosening it up to drain the oil, so it doesn't make a huge mess. So I open it, not all the way, but just enough until I can drain the oil that's already in the oil filter housing. And so now I let the oil drain, and it doesn't really matter if you remove the oil filter first or if you remove the drain plug first. You can do it either way. So now I grabbed myself a couple of shop towels. Now I'm removing the oil filter housing. I'm emptying it out. So now I have a pick tool to remove the O-ring, and you can wipe down the threads on the housing or use brake cleaner to clean it off. Right now I'm using brake cleaner to clean the oil filter cover. So now I remove the old O-ring and I'm installing the new O-ring. Just make sure you lubricate it with the new and clean engine oil. I already replaced the oil filter. So after you have that installed inside the groove properly, you can clean the housing that is on the engine, and then you can reinstall the oil filter cover. I install it by hand before I tighten it up. So now I'm tightening it up. The torque spec is approximately 25 Newton meters. So that's approximately 18.4 foot-pounds. So it's up to you if you want to use a torque wrench to torque it, or you can just tighten it until the oil filter cover stops. Now it's very important that you do not over tighten the cover, because I've had some Toyota vehicles with this design and it was very difficult to remove the cover. And I've had a few instances where I had to use a breaker bar and my feet to break these open. So please, when you tighten these up, you just need to tighten it until it stops and you're all good to go. Or you can torque it down to the manufacturer's torque specifications. It will show it directly on the oil filter cover. You will see it will say 25 Newton meters. So now once that's done, I crack open the drain plug. It's a 14 millimeter. So I'm draining the oil now. You can do other things while you are draining the oil. And you probably will need to adjust the drain pan accordingly as it catches the oil. So once the oil is done draining, I don't know if I show it here. Don't forget to replace the drain plug gasket with the new one, so that you won't have any leaks in the future. You can get them from the Toyota dealership, or you can use an aftermarket drain gasket. They look very similar to the Toyota drain gasket. And so now I'm tightening up the drain plug. You can follow the torque spec or just tighten it up snug. And so once that's done, I'm cleaning up the area with a brake cleaner. Cleaning the oil pan and the oil filter housing area after I'm done with the with draining the oil. So now I'm ready to pour in the new oil. I'm just installing a specialty oil funnel. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to get the same one. This engine takes approximately 5 to 5.25 liters. I know in the owner's manual and in the specifications and service information, it shows a little less than that, but this engine takes more. I know that some manufacturers, they don't put the correct oil capacity, and so sometimes it's a little bit more than what it states in the owner's manual or on service information. This engine takes 0W20 oil. So now I'm lowering the vehicle down. I'm removing the jacks and the jack stands. I'm cleaning up. This vehicle had other services before doing the oil change service on this. This video is only about the oil change service. So here I start the engine up, and I let it run for approximately 15 to 30 seconds so that the oil can circulate in the engine and so that the oil can fill up the oil filter. So once that's done, probably wait a minute or two, and then have a look at the oil level. The oil should be checked on level ground if possible, so you can get an accurate reading on the dipstick. Once the oil level is okay and everything else is all finished, you can just double check underneath the vehicle to see if there's any leaks. That's it for today. If you found this video helpful and you learned something, please like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day and take care.